Hello. I have another guitar in a box. This one's not old. It's brand new, but it is broken. So let's take a look. I just got it. We're going to unbox it. One moment. So I got it open. And here we are. It still has the strings on, which is kind of funny. This is a D'Angelico. I have a D'Angelico 12 string. This is a 6 string with the broken neck. So we can fix it. We have the technology. So that's the plan. Obviously, the first thing I'll have to do is get all the strings off of here because they're kind of a tangled mess. I plan to use them though. Who knows how a guitar gets broken like this? What a mess. It was packaged fine. I'm not complaining. It came from a place called Music Submarine, and they boxed it fine, and it was a good deal. That's why I bought it. And so no complaints about that. Just, I do this to myself all the time. Strings get tangled, and you have to fight with them to get them off. But let me pause this. Okay, I'm not sure how things get tangled. It's in pretty good shape. It's a pretty guitar. It looks like my 12 string, but with a gloss finish. I'll show you the 12 string in a second. We'll hold them up together. My plan, the reason I got this is, as bad as it looks, it seems like a pretty natural repair. I just am gonna fit this on and re-glue everything. It looks like I'm gonna have to add a fret that's missing after it's all glued together, which we'll see if I just add a fret or if I replace all the frets. But I think I'll be adding a fret. So you have to get it in tight. We'll squeeze it in there and we'll get everything to work just as it should. There we go. And it'll go together and we'll have a guitar out of it. Pretty easy repair. I just have to find the right size fret wire here. I don't think I have that, but I'll certainly replace it and we'll fix her up. And just by comparison, I do want to say the top's beautiful. If you look at the back, it's an African rosewood. It's very pretty. Has the tag on it, everything. Has the D'Angelico electronics in it. So let me just pause this again. And so here we are. This one is my 12 string, which I bought brand new. It wasn't broken. And it's got more of a walnut looking back, or dark mahogany in anyhow. And this one has a mahogany neck, as you can see, with the African rosewood, and it's all glossy. And so they're kind of like twins in a way. They're not identical, but they're close. And that's what we have. Anyhow, this one has a little nicer looking finish and a little better looking rosette around the sound hole. It should be fun. Hope you enjoy the process. The next thing we're going to do after we glue all this together is to have the debriefing and talk about the whole bit. Here we are making progress. Obviously, I took the tuning machines out of the headstock and I glued the neck back together, and in a moment you'll see in a little bit you'll see a picture of the guitar with all the clamps on it. It came out pretty good, nice and tight. everything went right into place. The measurements are just right. It was a pretty, it looks complicated, but it was relatively simplistic repair. It just had to fit right in the right place like a puzzle and glue down. And now what I have to do is I'm going to have to refinish the neck, because it appears when it was broken, some of the finish got damaged in the first place. And then I'll have to work around this joint and sand it and clean it up a little bit to make sure it's all in place as it should be. And then I'll clear coat it, just the neck, not the rest of the guitar is fine. I'll have to mask it all off and clear coat it, and that's why I took the tuning machines out, is I'll mask all of this and the binding. That way when I shoot the neck that part of it that I've repaired, I'll shoot the headstock also, so it all blends together. I generally, when I play guitar, I like more of a satin finish on the neck, like I have on my 12 string. The whole thing's satin, but I like a semi-gloss to a satin on the neck. Generally, I don't high gloss the neck very often, as much. It doesn't matter a lot, but there's a little more ease of movement on your hand. But if you're not putting a death grip on the neck when you're playing the guitar, it really doesn't matter. So my plan is I have some gloss clear. I will clear coat this with the gloss so that it matches the body. That's not how it came from the factory. I understand that, and I understand that why you'd want a satin finish on the neck. All that said, I'm going to put a gloss finish on the neck, and I don't think I'll have any trouble playing it. So I'm looking forward to it. That's where we are. It's together and it's holding, and it looks like it's going to be a good firm connection all the way down, and I don't expect any trouble with it. And soon we'll get to hear how it sounds. Hello, here we have my new D'Angelico Gramercy Premier guitar. It's all working wonderfully, and it's glued together. In that preparation and restructuring process that we just looked at, there are a couple things I did that I didn't expand on. There'll be a couple more videos talking about those things exclusively. I had to raise one slot on the nut a little bit, because I'd actually taken the nut down and a little more to get the action at the first fret better, and it was perfect on everything except one string, which told me, and it's good all the way along, so I knew it was just a low slot. And I did a nice short little video on how to repair that. And then I redesigned the saddle with some fret wire in it, and there's a video on how I did that as we compare sounds. And so that's a separate video you can always look at. But here it is. I refinished it, and I chose not to. I refinished it with just a nice clear. I did put a little stain on it, but you can see where it was broken. It was actually broken. If you look, there's a dark line just above the original joint that cracked on both sides. You have to look for it. It's pretty hard to see the repair. You can't feel it at all. I had to redo the whole neck to get it to match, of course. And it does. It matches the body nicely. I talked in the video about using clear. There's the headstock. There's the back of it. And how that feels, it feels fine. It's so good. I have no problem playing it. Beautiful neck. Nice, teeny little neck that feels so nice in your hand. The action wasn't difficult to get, just, you know, the way it was excellent to start with after I repaired it. But I wanted it a little better, and so there are things you do for that. You can you adjust your nut height, you can adjust your bridge height. Usually I would adjust the nut height, then I would adjust the relief in the neck, and then I'd adjust the bridge height. At this point, the relief in the neck is 10 thousandths. So that's pretty good. I think we'll leave that alone, and the bridge height's right where we like it. So, and this is what it sounds like. A lot of great sound coming out of this machine. That's all acoustically. Nothing's plugged in at this point. Luke, I'm your father. I probably shouldn't have done that. Anyhow, nothing's plugged in. Yeah, that's acoustic, of course. I've already played it in church. It sounds great plugged in. The D'Angelico proprietary electronics are very pleasant, and it works really well. This is a nice guitar, and it's not an LS, it's a Premier. So there's a difference in D'Angelico's lineup between a Premier and a Premier LS. My 12 string that I'll show in some other video down the road is a Premier LS. And the difference is the LS doesn't have the same trim level as the Premiers. It's a little, this is a step higher, and you can see that the rosette is very nice inlay. Just the binding is beautiful. All of that. That's just it's probably so much gingerbread, which doesn't affect the sound of the guitar. It just affects the look. But it's beautiful. I did add a pick guard. You know, it came faster than I expected on a slow boat from China. I'm sure it's not an official, but it is a D'Angelico pick guard, and that's exactly how they're shaped. I chose to put that on there. My guitars don't need pick guards because I'm not a farmer. I don't plow furrows in my guitar, but I just felt like putting it on there because I like the look. You may have a different opinion. It's not your guitar. It's mine, and I like it. So that was what that was about. I don't expect to put one on my 12 string because it's not glossy. But there's something about a D'Angelico. You look at this headstock, it's kind of over the top. It's beautiful, but there's a lot of extra intricacy. And so to have some of that kind of flair, it just appeals to me. So this is the guitar. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you go back and think about, wow, what did it look like when you were unboxing it? I don't, I'm going to tell you what I paid for it and what these go for and stuff. They're not horribly expensive. This brand new goes for about $400. I paid $129, and on another note, if you're wondering, well, where does he get the money to buy guitars like that? I buy broken ones and sell them, and I've done that. I just recently sold 4 guitars, 3 of which I made from scratch, one of them made from a piece of firewood, and I make enough. I actually come out ahead. I made a little profit, so those guitars more than paid for my 2 D'Angelicos, and then left me cash in the bank. So that's how I do it. It's not that I just have oodles of money. I don't have a lot of money to spend. And so I have to build something to sell it, to buy something. And I'm going to talk about that later in a different video, why I'm so fond of these D'Angelico guitars. I have 2 of them. I've owned a lot of guitars in my life. And what it is about these instruments that I think have a tremendous appeal. So you can be watching for that. Well, Lord bless you. We'll see you next time.